This Minecraft theater has a lot of redstone work in it. Those lights on the ceiling and the walls turn on and off with two different switches. Not only that, but I also placed lights underneath the seats to provide even more illumination. So, welcome to this Minecraft theater tour. Let's begin because there's plenty to show. If you watched my previous videos, the tour of the apartment building and the Incredibles house, well, in this same city, if you take this road right here, you'll find the theater. It took me, I believe, about 2 years to complete it. It's hard to tell since I used to put the project aside and come back to it later, but it's finally complete, and I think we should start by taking a look around the outside. A quick 360 fly. By the way, at the end of this video, I'll show some of the redstone mechanisms that this theater hides. There's a lot going on in it, so watch till the end if you'd like to see that. I didn't take the time to clean all the trees and vegetation around the theater, but it is what it is. So let's head inside. This is the main entrance and actually the only entrance and exit. There are no emergency exits. And here I placed two trophy cabinets, sort of. I don't know why, it just made sense to me, so there they are. And this is the lobby. This right here is where you get your popcorn, candy, soda, you get the idea. On the left side, there's an office and a kitchen, and also a redstone elevator that I'll show you in a moment. On the right side, there's a little lounge area and the restrooms. But let's head to the most important area, the theater itself. Are you ready? Here we go. Alright, here we are. This is the seating area. As I previously mentioned, all the lights can be turned on and off by pressing different buttons. We're about to see that. I'll just show you around really quick. And who am I kidding? What I'm going to show you is this, the control room. Inside of it, you can turn off and on the main lights, so let's head inside. It's a little dark in here, but I hope you can see the three buttons. The one on the left controls the lights underneath the seats. The one in the middle controls the lights of the sidewalls. And the one on the right controls the lights on the ceiling. Alright, so let's say I want to turn off the lights on the sidewalls. Let me get rid of this seat. And by pressing the button, all those lights go off on both sides, like that. And you know what? Let me get rid of this room momentarily so that you can have a better view of what's happening outside. I'll restore it in a moment. Oops. I'll just stop the demolition right here. And let's continue by turning off the lights underneath the seats. Don't think your video is lagging, it is also slow here on my Xbox. I guess there's a lot going on, so I'm also experiencing that delay after pressing a button. Now let's make it really dark in here by turning off the lights on the ceiling. I'll get rid of this seat as well. And look, once all the lights are gone, we're basically ready for showtime. Now, you might think that the lights underneath the seats don't really help, But let's begin this time by turning them on and judge yourself. I mean, I think it makes a difference. And of course, once we add the side walls and slides, it improves a lot. And what really closes the deal is the third button. Now, let me restore this control room so that we can continue with the tour. And let's fly around this area. I don't know how many seats there are, I didn't count them. And there's an upper level section, of course we'll explore it in this video. And remember, at the end of the video I'll show some of the redstone wiring that makes all the lighting possible. For now, let's head to the stage. I don't know why I left this block here. And the mechanism that powers the lights you see on the side of the stage can be accessed on both sides. I left doors to it for no reason, as if it was some sort of electrical room. And this is the view from the stage. I think it's mesmerizing. Then on the side we have another button that will turn the lights in this hallway on and off. This is the dressing room's hall, and if we press that button, those lights will go off. It takes a moment while it processes everything. And now let's turn them back on. Then this tower is basically the same as the other one, except that it also contains the mechanism for those lights I just showed you. Let's get out of here. Oops, I fell into a hole. Alright. There's nothing on this side, so let's continue with the dressing rooms. Dang, I probably should have left that. Okay, this would be the VIP dressing room. It's the biggest of them all, practically for the main star of the play or whatever. It has 2 closets and basically more space to chill. The rest of the dressing rooms are smaller and built the same way. I'll just show them real quick. And we can skip the last one, it is exactly the same. Now we're on this side of the stage, and under those stairs there's a little room that I assume can be used to store some mobs, rooms or whatever. But now let's take the stairs up. And what is this? First of all, there's another button right here, and I'm pretty sure you already know what's gonna happen. Those lights are independent from the rest of the theater's lights. So let's turn them back on, and this is the utility room slash storage where they can keep costumes, decorations, tools, you name it. And I think we're done with this whole area behind the stage. Let's take the stairs down and head back to the lobby. Now, these are the stairs to access the second floor and the upper seats section. But what if you're on a wheelchair? That's why the theater has its own automatic elevator, built with a redstone mechanism, of course. And here it is. I gotta admit, I'm not particularly proud of this elevator since I needed it to go one more block up. You'll see what I mean. You press that button and for some reason you have to jump in order to get out. I wanted it to go up until being even with the second floor. I did several tests and this is the best I could get. So you're gonna have to imagine that this is a ramp for wheelchairs. The Bedrock edition seems to be tricky, or maybe it's just the Xbox 360 version. I couldn't really tell. At least it works both ways, up and down. And taking it down is a little smoother, so there it is. Let's take the stairs this time so that we can explore the upper level seats. This is the view from this section. I feel it could have been a little bigger, but it ended up being like this. And let me pretend to have a seat somewhere in the last row to show you the view you get from this point. Alright, let's leave this area using the other exit. There's nothing on this side. Maybe I should have placed a lounge similar to the one on the first floor. And from this point you can take a look at the outside. And we're done with the second floor. Now let's explore the lobby. As previously mentioned, there's a lounge area here and the restrooms. I didn't know how to differentiate them, so I used pink and blue, and of course signs stating WC Women and WC Men. Since there's nothing really to see at the lounge area, let's get inside the men's restroom. Here we are. There are two urinals. You're gonna have to use your imagination. And two toilets. You can close the doors, have some privacy. And the ladies' restroom is pretty similar. Basically the same, except there are no urinals in it, but there are 3 toilets here. Oh dang, how do I fix this? Hold on. There it is. I'm gonna leave here before I keep messing up things. And we're only missing the office and the kitchen by the elevators hall. Let's quickly explore the office. This is where you can file complaints or book events. I don't know. I guess this will be the manager's office. There's a frame on the wall. And now let's head to the kitchen. I'm not quite sure why a theater will need a kitchen, but this one has its own. There's a little dining area here, and I guess that would be the refrigerator, the stove, and that's it. We're getting close to the end of this video. I would like to show you how the theater's exterior looks at night, but first, since we're already here, a little tease of what I'll show at the end. Some of the redstone wiring that makes possible the illumination around. If I break this block, no wait, that was not it. Let's try this one. Here, this is how the second floor lights receives their power. It goes from the control room to the roof, and from there it comes down here. And that's specifically for this area. We'll see what's underneath the seats, as well as the wiring on the ceiling. But first, I want to show you the theater at night, since the same lights that illuminate the ceiling inside are used on the outside. And this is possible thanks to transparent glass blocks on top of each light. And if you were wondering what's behind these glasses, it's just basically the roof's redstone connections that we're about to see. But we're gonna have to travel back in time to when the theater was not finished yet and the roof was uncovered, showing all the wiring. Just a quick look from afar. And now let's go back in time to a previous restore point that will allow me to show the redstone uncovered in certain areas, like this one on one side of the theater. Those two connections come from the control room, one's intended for the sidewalls and the other for the ceiling. Let's begin with the roof. At this point it is uncovered, and this is how it looked. Then it goes up a little more to illuminate the whole seating area on the same circuit. And if we go down again, the other circuit goes all the way to the back of the theater. It's basically a bunch of sticky pistons and redstone blocks. Next to each block, there's a light on the other side. Of course, I try to make it simpler by using just redstone dust next to each light, but every time I needed a repeater, that block didn't get powered on the other side. So I'm pretty sure there will be Minecraft players who watch this video and will know several other ways to improve this. But I'm just a guy who plays to deal with anxiety and stress. So once we reach the end of this path, there's this little continuation. And if we follow it, we'll reach one of the towers on the side of the stage. I'll get rid of these blocks to show you where we are. And now the mechanism under the control room, easily the most complex one. This is how it looked when I basically left the hole to start wiring everything. As we already saw, the first button is intended to power all the lights of the seats, one per seat, and it goes all the way down. I don't think it's necessary to reach the end of it, so let's rewind. We're once again at where the buttons are. These redstone pads are intended to light up the walls. And now I need to find the circuit that goes to the roof. Here it is. So it goes down in order to avoid getting mixed with the other circuits. It goes to both sides of the teeter. I need to jump this thing, and there it goes. So I'm gonna be honest, there are connections here that I don't remember why I placed them there, where they lead. But basically everything that you see here is meant either for the roof, the sidewalls, or the seats illumination. And just in case you're interested in seeing it, I'm going to show you one of the sides where this communicates with the exterior. If we go here, we'll see this, which is this on the other side. And that's it, my friend. If you made it this far, let me take a moment to thank you. I hope you enjoyed watching this tour and my weird explanations. If you haven't watched the apartment building and the Incredibles house tours, I encourage you to do so. Also, feel free to subscribe. This is not a Minecraft channel, but I try to keep it fun and entertaining. Thanks again for joining me, and I'm glad this project is finally finished. Peace.